Hi, this is Scott with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at and installing our CURT Class 3 hitch on our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. So for first impressions on this hitch on our Crosstrek, I really like this one. It looks pretty good on there. You don't see a lot of the cross tube, but you will see just a little bit of it hanging down. Most of the thing you're going to see is just your receiver down here hanging out. Other than that, another nice thing about it is it's going to have a really good gloss finish on it, and it is going to be a powder coat, so it's going to hold up well over time to chips, scratches, and corrosion, so it's going to be really nice. Another nice thing is it's going to be a 2-inch by 2-inch receiver opening, and that's going to accommodate most of your popular accessories that are on the market today, and it's a pretty heavy-duty setup. This hitch is also going to have a 5/8 pinhole opening, and that's going to be the pin that holds in any of your accessories that you put through this. Now this one won't come with the pin and clips. You may need to pick one up here at eTrailer, or keep in mind a lot of your accessories that are on the market now will already have a pin and clip with them. And a lot of your accessories like your bike racks will have an anti-rattle feature with them that will act as your pin. For your safety chain loops, you're going to have a welded on style. It's going to be the wire style. These are going to accept either your S style hooks or your clevis style hooks. So either one of those are going to work for your trailer towing needs. As far as measurements go for this hitch, from the center of our pinhole out to the edge of our bumper, we're looking at right around 2.5 to 3 inches. Now with that measurement, you'll be able to decide on if any of your accessories that fold up or stow away will make any contact with the back of your vehicle. Now from the ground to the inside of our receiver, we are looking at right at around 14 3/4. With that number, you'll be able to decide on if you need to have any rise in the shank of either your bike racks or your cargo carriers for clearance. As far as weights go for this hitch, we're looking at a tongue weight capacity of 525 pounds. That's going to be the weight of your bike rack with your bikes loaded down on it, or your cargo carrier loaded down with all of your gear. Now it's going to have a gross trailer weight rating of 3,500 pounds. That's going to be the weight of your trailer and everything you have loaded down on that. Now, if you have any questions or comments about this hitch, you can always leave a comment down below in the comment section, or you can get a hold of one of our experts here at eTrailer. They'd love to answer any of your questions. Now, as far as installation for this hitch, it's pretty straightforward, and it really isn't too hard to do. It's something you could definitely do in your garage, in your driveway in an afternoon. Now, if you don't have the time or the tools or the space to do it, you can also take a look at our dealer locator and get something done for you locally. If it's something you feel like tackling yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, we're up underneath of our vehicle. On both sides, we're going to have these 3 rubber plugs. We're going to take out this one, we're going to leave the middle, and we're going to remove this one as well. These are pretty easy to remove. You can usually get your fingers in there and just get those to pop out. Let's get those to pop out. If you can't, you can use a screwdriver. And again, we're going to leave this center one. We're going to follow that same procedure on the other side. To get our hardware into our frame, this rear hole is going to be our access hole. Now, it's not quite big enough so we can get our hardware to come through. There's a couple different ways you could do this. I'm going to use a step bit to enlarge this a little bit. You can use a burr bit and just kind of slot it on each side if you wanted to. The main goal is to be able to get our hardware in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my step bit and just enlarge this hole a little bit. Now we got it enlarged a little bit, makes it a nice clean hole doing it that way. The main goal is, like I said, we need to get our hardware in. As you can see, our carriage bolt is going to fit. And our spacer block is also going to fit, so that's what we're looking for. Now another thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to clean up some of this sealant that we have around here, so that way our hitch will fit up nice and flush. So I'm just going to come back. You can use either a putty knife or a utility knife and just get this trimmed back and cleaned up. That way we have a nice flush fit. Now I'm just going to use my multi-tool cutter and just kind of see if I can get this to come off. The stuff can be pretty hard to remove, so just take your time, but you'll get it off of there. With our sealant trimmed back, I just came back through with some black paint and just shot this around this area and just cleaned up anywhere there's any bare metal. And what that's going to do is keep it from corroding or rusting in the future. While our paint's drying, we'll jump over to our hitch and we'll get our spacers installed. In our kit, we're going to have these spacers that look different than the other 4 that are in there. These are going to be, we're going to have 2 of these, and what they're going to do is these are going to go on the back of our hitch, and what that's going to do is basically level it out. I want to get it over the hole on the rear part of our hitch, and I'm going to take some clear tape and just get that put on there so it's going to hold it in place. Now after I do that, we're going to need to get a hole back through that. So I'm just going to use my knife and cut around that. Now you can use a utility knife, whatever you need to do. So that's just going to be able to let us get our hardware through. Now that our paint's all dry, we need to get our hardware in place, and in our kit we're going to have what we call our fish wires. We're going to run one of them with the coiled end through our rearmost hole all the way forward up to our access hole that we enlarged. We're going to pull that through. Now after we've done that, we want to take one of our spacer blocks, run that up onto our fish wire, then we'll follow that up with threading on one of our carriage bolts out of our kit. Just want to run that up right to the end of that. Now we'll take our spacer block, push that through the hole, followed by our carriage bolt. Pull that through, and just pull that down through the back part of our frame, and we'll leave our wire on for now. Now on to our back side. We're going to do this one a little bit different. We're going to do this one what they call reverse fish wire. We're going to run on our spacer block. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to run our carriage bolt onto our fish wire. We're just going to run our carriage bolt up into the hole of our frame, followed by the spacer block. Now we'll just pull our bolt down through, and again we'll leave our fish wire installed for now. Now all we have to do is get our hitch lifted in place. I have Daniel helping me out with this. It's always easier with an extra set of hands, because now all we need to do, we need to get our wires through the corresponding holes. Once we do that, we can lift our hitch up and over. Now we'll just use our fish wires to pull our hardware down and through. Now we can just either pull off our fish wires, or you can unscrew them. Let's take one of the nuts in our kit and get that started. After we have all of our hardware installed, we're just going to snug everything down. After we have all of our hardware snugged down, we'll come back through with our torque wrench and get everything torqued down to the specifications listed in our instruction manual. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can pick one up here at eTrailer. We do have some options available, or you could take a look at your local auto parts store. You should be able to rent one there. After we have everything all torqued down, that will do it for our installation of our CURT hitch on our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. I'm Scott with eTrailer, and thanks for watching.